Good afternoon, survivors. Eristarisis here, back with another Fallout 4 mod video. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be tackling two different mods in the same video because they're kind of related to each other. The first is Real Nights with Real Lights by Igorian Thorn, and the second is the West-Tek Tactical Optics, Night Thermal Vision, and More by Fading Signal. The two mods kind of complement each other, so I'm letting you see what a current vanilla nighttime here looks like in Fallout 4. And to be honest with you, whether you're out in the wasteland or in a settlement, it kind of seems like it's always just a little bit rainy and a bit overcast. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna activate the Real Nights mod, and you can see the difference almost immediately. I mean, I'm still in Sanctuary here, and you can just see how much darker everything is, how much more like an actual nighttime this is. So this really adds a lot to your game in terms of, I would say, immersion and realism. Two key forms, that help build the fun of a game, right? So you can see just how much darker everything is here. I'm actually coming up near the original Vault 111 here, and you can just see how dark, everything is. But it's still a really well done mod because whatever ambient light there is, you can still see some details. You can make out trees, shadows. So it works really well to add immersion and depth to the feel of the game and to your overall experience. Now, just so you can compare and contrast it here, the original vanilla game is on the left, the modded version is on the right. I think it becomes pretty clear just how big a difference this one mod makes to really giving you that dark night of a post-apocalyptic world as you wander around the wasteland in the dark. This mod is pretty much going to make its way onto my mod list as a staple. I don't think I'm ever switching it off at this point. Now we'll move on to the second mod that I wanted to look at today, which is the West-Tek Tactical Optics and Night Thermal Vision mode. That is created by Fading Signal. So we're going to basically jump real quick to one of my settlements so that we can actually get the plans for these optic mods. Now, to get the night vision and thermal vision optics, we actually need to get them from MedTech Research. So I think here I'm at, so we're just basically fast traveled in, and we're on the outskirts of West-Tek Tactical right now. There's always a couple of ghouls around the front of the place, so I figure we'll clean them out real quick. Let me see. Fire in the hole! Okay, my bad. I meant to throw a frag grenade. That was definitely not a frag grenade. I think that was my last nuke grenade. Damn. Ah, well. I guess I'll have to make more of them when I get the time. So, okay. Just outside MedTech Research here, literally just... Well, first get into the building somehow. Hang on, give me a minute. Okay, this is a minor glitch. It happens once in a while. Okay, there we go. So into the building we go. This is the main reception. Yeah, this is the main reception to the building, and the plans and everything we're looking for, you can find them just behind the desk here. Now I'm not gonna read the note to you because it's ridiculously long, and I don't think I've got enough time. Well, I do have the time, but I'm not going to read it to you. But basically, it says that these are the plans and schematics for the new product line. Have a look and get back to me. And there we have the brand new schematics for the night vision and thermal vision equipment. So from here, it's just a matter of fast traveling back. Wait a minute, wrong terminal, but it'll do. It's just a matter of fast traveling back to start the crafting process. Now, to build these mods, you need to get access to a chemistry workbench, and you need to look under the... Where's my chemistry bench? There we go. So you need to look under utilities. Shut up, Curie. Okay, so as I was saying, under utilities, and you'll find them, should find them at the bottom of the list. There you have the tactical eyepiece and the tactical goggles. Okay, there is no difference between the two except for the visual appearance. Obviously, one is an eyepiece, the other one is a pair of goggles. So there's two modes you can wear them. You can either wear them over your character's eyes, or you can have them perched up on the forehead. So now that I've crafted all four, give me a second, we'll step outside into the lovely sunset of the Commonwealth, and I'll let you take a look at how these look, basically starting with the tactical goggles on your forehead. And there you have it. They actually look really nice in my view. They're really well textured. You know, this one is the tactical goggles, obviously being worn. Looks equally good, well textured, very smooth, very clean lines. It fits right into the game. This is something that should have been there from the beginning. That's the eyepiece obviously on the forehead, and this is the eyepiece, well, being used. Personally, I prefer the tactical goggles. The eyepiece, I don't know, it reminds me too much of the Borg from Star Trek. Now here's the thing, to mod these new pieces of equipment, these eyepieces and goggles, right? You need to do that at the armor workbench, as you can see here. Armor workbench, not the chemistry station bench, yeah? So you've got the usual selection here, recon sensors and a VATS overlay, and then you get to choose between night vision, the targeting HUD, and lastly, of course, thermal vision. Now, night vision is night vision, thermal vision is thermal vision. The targeting HUD mimics the power armor effect. So for the eyepiece, let's go with the night vision on this one. And you can see, oh, that auto activates. That's a bit glaring. Here you can see different colors. I'm just going to change it to black because that's my personal preference. Forehead. Scrap the forehead ones. I won't be using those. Okay, so, oh wait, no, I'm in the wrong one. Just check out thermal vision and everything goes red. So give me a minute, I'm gonna put the recon sensors and the night vision onto the goggles. Where's night vision? There we go. Okay, the mods function, so if I've built it once and it's in my inventory, I don't have to build it again. Nice. Black color, just because I can. I'm really gonna shoot her or send her somewhere. She's driving me nuts. Anyway, what you're seeing right now is thermal vision's effect. I'm not... and... oh god, that's way too bright. Ouch. Alright, let's jump somewhere real quick and we can test these out. Maybe I'll see if I can find something to blow up as well while I give you my final opinion on these particular mods. Let's see where we end up. Okay, we're actually around Coastal Cottage here on the eastern side of the Commonwealth here. What you're gonna see on screen is basically me derping around between the two vision modes and just to see and compare and contrast how they work out. Mirelurk Queen. Okay, so let's see how that looks without the... oh, that's a nice effect. You could barely make it out in the distance with the Darker Nights mod. Otherwise, with normal nighttime, you'd be able to see it. Let's see how it looks under night vision. Barely visible, which is in keeping actually with how these technologies work in the real world. So looking at it analytically, I'd have to say that, oh wow, the light bloom effect is there, really nice. The lights flare and everything. There's a nice touch when you switch between vision modes of how things go a little darker and then come back up with the correct color tinting, which is how it would work. Now, for those who are not certain of how these technologies actually work, night vision works by basically, simply put, the night vision will basically soak up all ambient light in an environment and use that to highlight and draw out the details of whatever you're looking at. That's why everything seems to be a little bit blurry around the edges, which is actually in keeping with real-world night vision tech. You don't get a crystal clear image of whatever it is you're looking at here. You know, the same applies, of course, to the thermal vision, which relies on heat. Now, the interesting thing about this one is that the effect not only shows up living creatures as red blobs and red glows, but it also works the same way for electrical lights and things. Anything that generates heat will actually show that red flare and that red bloom. Let me just kill this real quick. You can see there's that red glare I was talking about. Ooh, you saw the bioacid that it was spitting? That was red in color too. And you saw how the Mirelurks also glow red, you know, just as they would as they're producing body heat. So it actually is very realistic, and this really, I think, adds a lot to gameplay immersion, especially if you're playing more of a stealth melee build, or even a stealth play of any kind. Really, the ability to see in the dark, whether you see heat or you just see in the dark, I think will add a lot of depth, you know. And as I've already said, it's very realistic, very, very well made add-on that adds, I think, a lot of depth to any play of Fallout 4. I think to get the best value for this one you should just activate right from the get-go. It'll make things a lot more interesting when you're trying to sneak around raider camps and things like that.
Let's see what you have.
If you've got anything that's for sale, Leonard. Guess not. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up my review on these two particular mods. So this video is going to be a lot shorter than I had originally planned. Alright, now let's just jump somewhere and see if we can get into combat. I jumped to the slog here, where the forge tend to hang out. So we'll see how that plays out. Alright, I see one of them, two of them. There's got a flamethrower there. I love the way the lights bloom, really nice. Let's see how he looks on thermals. Okay, I've wandered a little too close to the slog here. My defense is kicking in. One down. Oh, that one, he came apart real good. Alright, let's pick over the remains real quick. Hey, there's, what is it? There's a gunner base nearby here somewhere. Let's just... Wow. Really picks up the flare on light sources of any kind, giving a very realistic feel there. Now, if I remember, there's a gunner base nearby and some kind of a wrecking plant, right? Who's firing missiles? Oof. That's gonna get a little bit blinding. He's shooting at Brahmin? What? Ah, okay, there he is. Let's try and get his attention. Anybody else up there? Brahmin show up nicely? Yeah, there's a few more of those gunners up there on the bridge. He's running away. And he goes down. Could just see now with just the Darker Nights mod, it's actually really hard to make them out in the distance like that. So for those looking for a more tactical, more strategic take, if you will, on the combat mechanics, hold still, for a more strategic and tactical take on gameplay and combat, I think that with the Darker Nights mod, it's going to make any nighttime encounters in and around the Commonwealth a lot more challenging. And to offset that with realism, enter thermal and night vision. Whoa. I'm hoping that's a car and not somebody slinging mini nukes around the place. Look. Gunner! No more gunner. Alright. Let's see, I wonder if he had anything. Ammo. Alright, so let's see what else we can... Oh, Assaultron. Whoa! Okay, even with thermal, you saw how that lance of laser actually bloomed on your screen. I mean, that's just really real attention to detail there to really bring out the fact that a laser weapon is a thermal, basically it's a lance of thermal energy. Oh, good grief. See, even the plasma bolts are picked out in some detail. Alright, just go away, would you? Where is he? Alright, one more. Okay, at least 3 more targets. Oops. Night vision. What do we see? Okay, for those of you wondering whether it's possible, I did try mapping the night vision and thermal vision to hotkeys so I could rapidly swap without going in and out of my Pip-Boy. That does not seem to work for some reason. I'm guessing that's a feature that just wasn't implemented, really. Something to get back to the mod maker about. Maybe he will do something about it. Maybe he's even watching my video. I'd be so lucky if he is. Okay, given my current level, these guys aren't that much of a challenge, but I think they demonstrate both mods in action quite well. Alright. He's a nice heat spot. See, what I really like about it is that even though I've got the thermal vision on right now, that legendary gunner I just took out, you all saw that his corpse actually cooled off and the red glow dissipated as well. So it's a nice little touch for realism there, I think. Let's see about what's in here now. There's probably a couple of turrets and a couple more. Who's that? Flame Troop. Oh, I feel sorry for him. Oh, Gunner Commander. I knew this was a gunner base, but Flame Trooper. See if I can. Oh, that guy's got. Is that? Yeah, power armor. Okay, now what you can see right here. This is a dirty little trick I found with the explosive weapons legendary prefix. Basically, you can use your bullets like mini grenades. So if you can land a shot near your opponent, generally they'll take some splash damage. So it's one way to create an AoE sniper rifle sort of effect weapon type thing, which I find very useful to pick off or at least just damage opponents before they come out into the open. It's also, I find that the legendary weapon prefix is also a great one if you're trying to basically just do splash damage or to flush an enemy in cover out into the open. See if I get an opportunity to demonstrate this somewhere around here. There's the grenadier. Nope, he's standing in the open. I don't think I'm gonna get an opportunity to demo this because I've pretty much cleaned out the place. Crane, lower crane. Alright. There was a guy in power armor up there. I'm not sure what suit he had. So, who knows? Maybe I get another suit for my collection. Maybe I get a unique piece of power armor or two. Don't need another plasma rifle. Oh gosh, what the? As you saw there, those wall-mounted spotlights put out heat, so they glow redder than everything else in the background. At least until I shot it. Where's that guy with power armor, that commander? Somewhere. Ah, there we go. Ah, T-45. Okay. Not bad, but not great either. But, well... Oh, intelligence reports. I'll have a read of these and then I'm gonna wrap up this video right here, ladies and gents. So this has been... I hope you've enjoyed my short jaunt through the wastelands of Fallout 4, running the West-Tek Tactical Optics mod alongside the Real Knights with Real Lights mod as well. West-Tek Tactical Optics created by Fading Signal, Real Knights with Real Lights created by Ergion Thorn. I will of course link both mods in the description box on the YouTube video, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. So as always, like, comment, and subscribe so that I've got an incentive to keep the channel and these videos going a little while longer. So I guess that wraps this up. Until next time, well, good night, survivors. Stay safe.